Hey everybody, today I'm going to show off the game Rune Craze. Kind of give a little demo of it, of how it works. It's a matching, stylish kind of game, kind of like the old alchemy game. It had the runes that you tried to match symbols and stuff. It's got a survival mode and a quest mode right now, and I would suggest with the game starting with survival mode. Quest mode is great, but if you're trying to learn the game, quest mode's a little more difficult because it has different kinds of tiles and other stuff that make the game a little more difficult. And I'll do a video on the quest mode at another point that kind of gives a rundown of how the quests work and kind of how the different tiles are. In survival mode, we'll go ahead and choose to do a new game. Every time you do a new game, it always starts at level 1. And the way that the board is laid out, there's only one type of tile, the gray tiles, and when we get into talking about the quest mode, you'll see different kinds of tiles that you can play. It shows at the top left the next rune that will be placed is wherever you tap on the board. Also your score, and at the bottom is a discard, being able to discard a piece by tapping in that rectangle. And it also shows gems. It shows that I have 2 gems right now. And you can play the game and beat levels without gems. You don't really need them. You do earn them through the game, as every time you complete a line and clear out runes, the blue bar that's on the left-hand side will actually increase, and when it reaches the top, you get another gem. Which kind of is nice when you get into a bind. If you look at the game board at the very center, you'll see the background's yellow. That's because every time you place a piece, the background turns into a yellow or a gold color. And what that yellow color does is once the entire board, but all the background is yellow, then the board is completed. If you see me try to tap, I can't actually place just anywhere on the board. I have a rule that you have to play. The rule is you have to play next to another rune. So we're going to place next to this wild, is what this one in the middle is. So I tap next to it, and it puts the piece down. This next piece at the top, the next rune that it has, is also purple, and so I can place it next to this one. Wow, I got quite a few purple going here. As you can see, the colors match, so it lets me place the piece down. Place another one. So I placed a few here. As you can see, I can't actually just tap to any of these. These aren't the same color or symbol. It doesn't have to match the color. It has to either match the color or the symbol. And right now this one doesn't, so I'm just going to place up one this way. Let's go to the left as well. Now, what we can do here is, because it matches the same color and symbol, I can actually place next to that one. I'm going to keep coming across this way a little bit. There's a green. So I can, right here where I'm going to place above it, I can put that green piece because it matches the same symbol. Let's see here, I'll place a few more pieces to advance the game along. Go this way. Now, even though right here I have this symbol looks the same as the one there, I can't put it above it because next to it is blue, and it's a totally different symbol. If it was a blue M-shaped, I could put it there because they would match both. I've kind of done something that I don't usually like to do when I play. I don't usually place right next to another one because you can get into some big trouble sometime down the road if you don't clear out a row first. We're going to actually work on clearing out a row. And as I clear this row out, you'll see all the runes disappear, and my blue bar, the magic bar, goes closer to the top. Of course, like I said, when it goes to the very top, you earn another gem. So that one's cleared out. Now, you don't have to clear all the runes off the board to complete the board. You just have to turn all the backgrounds yellow. So if they'll get me a bomb here soon, I can still actually place on a yellow. Like for instance, I can still place right there. It doesn't hurt anything. I don't get very many points for it. but it does let me. So now I'm actually at a point where I can't place. There's no, well, I could place next to this guy, but it's kind of a dangerous move to do that, because once I do, in fact, I'll just show you. I guess I'll place it there. The thing that makes this difficult is now I have to either get I basically have to get a red M to put here, because it's got to match this, this, and that. Those three ones, and that's going to be hard right now. I can see the only color I'd be able to get is a red M to do it, so maybe I'll get one later on. I don't usually, when I play, I usually like to play as where I'm trying to clear rows or columns. And as I clear them out, I'll then go to the next row, or I'll start building from another row and going up those rows. If I do start with rows, though, and then I start going with columns along this direction, then the problem I'm going to have is stuff like this, where I can't place a piece there unless I get lucky and get a wild piece, is my next piece, which can happen, or if I get a piece that will match all of them around it. So we can hope for the best, and see, we got our green M, but since the B is here, that won't work. So we can do this. Oh, let's clear that one out. Oh, here we go. We got lucky. We got one that when you get into later levels, this would pretty much kill you in the game. But we're going to go ahead and put there. And we'll move up a few. I'm going to kind of go a little quicker to advance the game a bit. I tend to kind of go off of colors mostly. And it actually just takes a little bit of practice. The first few levels are really not too bad. So now I'm to a point here. I could place next to this M, but like I said, that's not usually something I want to do unless I had to. So I would never be worried about using the discard. The discard's a great way to say, look, I don't want to use this piece. I'm going to drop it into, if I tap on this box down here, it drops into the discard. Every time that I drop something into the discard pile, the bar goes up. If I dropped one more in here, I'd actually lose the game. So I don't want to do that. But I discarded a few, trying to figure out the piece that I really want. And now when I place one, it will actually, every one that I place will actually make that bar go back down. So let's see here. I guess I'll start going this way. It's okay that I'm next to it, I guess. You just got to know when you can. I just wouldn't start going back and forth across the tops. Let's see. Let's put him down. Cleared that one out. Once you kind of get the hang of it, and you don't, one of the things to always remember is don't be scared to use the discard. If you don't like the piece that you want, just discard it, because if you just start trying to randomly just place stuff everywhere, you're gonna lose. I like to try clearing everything off. You don't have to. Let's see. At this point, I'm not too worried about going to the left and to the right, because I could keep going this way. It doesn't really hurt. Anyway, I lose 2 points for every rune that's left on the board at the end. So now I finished level 1. I'm actually on level 2. Level 2, as we'll see here, and introduced a new color, which is black. So I'll have the same, I think it was 5 different shapes, but they added a new color to it. And in the next level, they have those same colors, but they'll add another symbol. So it gets increasingly different, more and more difficult. So if you get like to level 3, I think there's an extra, I think orange or something added, and then there's another symbol that's added in level 4 and level 5. Being a survival mode, what happens is every time when you actually lose the game, you do start back at level 1. With quest mode, it's not like that. Oh, so here's a bomb. So if I get to a point where there's something I need to get rid of, I don't like the placement of it, which I don't really want to blow out any of these right now, but I will anyway. I'm just going to tap anywhere that I want to blow up a piece. It doesn't actually have to be next to another rune, just has to be on a rune. I'll blow that one out. And then I can place again. You can still place back on yellow squares already. It doesn't hurt anything. Just you don't get as many points for it. So place a few more here and maybe show you part of the next level. Like I was saying about this mode compared to the quest mode that you'll end up seeing in another video, will actually show you that there's different kinds of tiles. They'll have black tiles that you have to turn gray, and then after you have it turn gray, you have to turn them to this yellow color. And they'll have, oh, good a while. Let's put it there. It's nice to get those, especially the wild, especially if you're stuck on something that you don't want to put it here. Wow, I got a lot. It's not too common, but I'll take it. And it's pretty neat. You can like compare your scores. Your score. I had a battle with my brother trying to see who can get the furthest in the game. So we were earning up gems. You can kind of get the gems pretty easy just starting survival mode a few times. You also can earn gems in the different quests as well. And we were trying to see who can get the highest level. And we got pretty high, but he beat me, and it's never made me too happy about that. So place a few here. See, now I could put right underneath this wild, I could put this blue F, but that's going to make it very, very difficult to complete that far right row. I've now all of a sudden got an issue there, and I don't want to fall into that, so I'm going to get rid of the piece there. I don't care about this one either. Now remember, you can still place on those ones next to it, which helps out at times if you can't discard her without losing, or you don't want to discard. So don't be worried about doing that. Oh, I should have put it there. Okay. Get rid of that column. I'm just going to kind of build off of here a little bit. Getting pretty close to the end. And there. So now it puts me on level 3. Now it does have, you see the button for gems. If I tap on that, it gives me an opportunity to use my gems. I can either have it give me a bomb right now. So if I hit OK, a bomb would show up in the top left corner. If I chose for 2 gems, I can empty out my discard, which has saved me quite a few times. When I'm about to lose the game and my discard is all the way up on red, and I have no other move to make, I can come in here, choose to empty the discard. I don't want to use my gems right now. But I empty the discard there, it will clear out my discard and give me a new piece at the top, so I can keep playing. And the other option is a wild. I can have it force a wild as the next piece that will pop up at the top. And if it also has the option to purchase gems if you want, but they're not needed. So that is kind of the basics of the survival mode. It also has a tutorial. It kind of gives you a refresher on how the game works. It has some stats. It shows my highest survival level. I got to level 25. Shows what my career score is, the gems. If you sign into the Google Play services by tapping the button for the Play services, it will actually save what quest I'm on. I'm on like quest 13 and 1311, but it will save that to the cloud. It doesn't save the actual what board you're on, the actual board, but it will save that. It will also save what gems that you've earned. So if you lose your device or wipe it off and you install the game again and sign in, those gems that you've already earned are put back on here. So you don't have to worry about losing the gems. Even if you don't even, it doesn't just any gems that you have that you've earned will always be there. And that's about it for this.